Okay, and we're back. So cool. Did you guys talk through your turns?
Yep.
Well, then I'm gonna click Start Initiative Tracking, and starts off with Zoe.
Okay, we're gonna move up just a little bit, and then I am going to cast Shatter right there.
Ah,
Right
gotcha.
here.
I know I should have
Oh.
paid listening on you
Yeah.
guys' plans.
Or
Um.
not clump them all up like that. So they're gonna have to do a. I think it said con. Let me look.
Oh, thanks.
A. Oh, shit. Yes, a con saving throw, and they take
Awesome.
half damage on if they make it.
Okay, so let's see. So let me look up their Constitution. Not very
Am I supposed
high.
to? Am I
Rip.
supposed to roll damage for each every one, or they all
No.
take the same one roll of damage?
One roll. All
Oh
AoE
my!
unless it's like Eldritch Blast because you're actually shooting different missiles.
Yep,
It's several, but yeah, all AoE is just one.
that's
And
what I thought.
you can roll it no matter like before he does anything because half damage anyway, so you'll have to roll it no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah, so what is the DC? So yeah, so go ahead and roll damage and tell me what the DC is, and then I'll tell you who got hit.
Okay, I'll go. Hold on. Okay, I'll roll damage. I don't add in my spell modifier, do I? It
No.
doesn't say it anywhere. So
No,
No,
it's whatever the
most
spell says,
spells
but no.
don't. Eldritch Blast only does because you have bonuses for it.
okay,
And
24 damage.
what's your DC?
I don't know. Where do I find my DC?
Should be on your sheet. Spell save DC.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spell save
Right. I'm
DC,
sorry.
and I'm gonna guess. It's 15.
I'm gonna
I'm
guess
looking for it.
14.
It was either 14 or 15. So
It
your
could be
price
16.
your price is writing me plus $1.
15.
And it does matter because I got some 14s and some 15s here. So 15 succeeds the save, right? Below 15 fails.
Correct. So then you would take half damage, 12.
Oh wow, there's only one succeeds. Oh, too bad that it's the very first one, so I'm assigning that to A.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah. Okay. So and then the rest are gonna take 12. Okay. So the ghoul in the front wearing the magic armor, he is going to take 12 damage, and the rest take 24, 24, 24,
And
24, 24,
as the
24.
rest of them start to take their damage, they're shitting themselves as they scream, "Why couldn't we have magic armor too?"
Oh yeah, wow, isn't that so appropriate? That like, I mean, actually, it has nothing to do with armor class, but that's funny that the one with the slightly higher armor, a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage. That's not the case here, but since it attacks objects as well, and with the effects, I'm going to describe that the 6 in the back that failed their saving throws are all going to explode to death from the damage, which exceeds their hit points. So you kill
Jesus.
every single
Nice.
one of them in one hit. So I guess I'll just
I don't know how long it's going to take you to get past all the ghouls.
That's funny because that's literally what I said. Is well, your first turn, you're just gonna kill all of them, and then we'll clean up the rest, and is what happened. Definitively, they all died.
For your information, if the one in the front had succeeded, his hit points are higher too because I'm a dick. So he would still be alive. But as it stands, he kind of looks back, huh? And he sees exploded pieces of ghoul all over the place.
All around me are familiar faces.
Lulu is going to. It's Lulu's turn now. Are you done with your turn, Zoe? After you kill
For my
everything.
bonus action.
Yes, I am done with my turn.
Lulu is gonna say, "I think you guys got it from here. I'm gonna try not to vomit." So she's gonna pass her turn to Scree. Scree, you wanna see if you can off that living one. He's not bloodied, by the way. I gave him max hit points.
Yes, I would. Okay. I'm gonna run up to him and slash him with my little shiny little magic greatsword.
Planar warrior?
Okay, your little
Yes.
giant greatsword.
Little shiny.
It's like that.
Not
It's like
giant.
Andre the Giant. Or who's the? Isn't there a guy whose name is Lil, but he's actually really big?
Yes.
Little
Yeah, that
John.
Lil, probably yeah.
And I'm talking about the rapper, not the Robin Hood guy. No, I think that Little John's like, oh yeah! I think he's short. Shatter. Okay, make your attack roll against the ghoul.
Cool.
The ghoul cries out, "No, wait! I was just trying to bring you an awakened watchtower."
18.
How much?
18 to hit.
Roll damage.
Just dad.
Yeah.
Are we waiting for damage?
Yep. $12 damage.
Nice. Can you actually tell me the pieces of that calculation?
Yes. So attack bonus plus 7. Planar warrior, that's 2. And my regular attack roll, that's 3.
The damage?
Your attack bonus is only to attacks. It is, you do not add it to damage.
Oh.
So
Wait, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong thing.
okay.
Okay, it would just be a 5.
So so you're using this new magic greatsword, right?
Yes, and I'm very unfamiliar with it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So each weapon has different damage dice. So like a dagger is a D4, a short sword is a D6, a long sword is a D8, and a great sword is 2D6. So your damage that you'll roll, it will be 2d6 for the weapon. And then you also get to add your strength modifier to the damage because it's a greatsword.
That's -2.
Yes. So I think you subtract 2 damage from it.
Yeah.
If you had
That's
someone...
that was the problem with Ranger using two-handed, but it's still a really good sword.
Yeah,
I think it's still worth it.
Yeah, the undying thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, without a magic short sword, that's better.
You can add planar warrior, so then the 1d8 for that, and then I think that's it. But there could be other things that you add in, but that's why I just want to break it down. So
magic is +1.
It's not a +1.
Does it not have a +1?
No, isn't that stupid?
Oh.
But I mean, the effect's really good, so
yeah.
Okay, let me roll again then.
Sure. So 2d6 -2 plus 1d8. High level D&D is just math. This is why video games
6.
Awesome. 6
Oh,
damage to the ghoul. Oh, I could have just left it at the 12, but no, I had to be a jerk. I had to follow the rules. Okay.
Well, I don't have any reason to turn now anyway. I'll just blast him in the face again.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure that that your ranger has extra attack. Is that correct?
Yes, and I was about to say, I do have an extra attack,
Awesome. Make your
and
second
with
attack roll.
sure
So I guess in retrospect,
5.
oh, so that's gonna be your +7 because this is your attack roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
It's okay.
Well, is it still +7? Because your attack is also -3 or
No,
-2.
it was.
You are
I
proficient.
rolled for damage. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So
Hold on.
so since you just now got the great sword in the middle of the game.
15.
Well, okay, hold on. So
Or-
since so since you just got the weapon, I wasn't able to write it down on your sheet. So the way that you calculate attack bonus is going to be your proficiency modifier if you're proficient, which you are, which is 3, plus your relevant skill, which for a greatsword is strength. Now you have a -2 strength. What is your strength score? I thought it was 8.
It's 7.
Ooh. Okay. So -2. So your attack bonus is going to be 3 minus 2. So your attack bonus with a great sword is actually only +1. So you'll roll a d20 and then add 1 to that.
Okay.
So you can
And that's a 9.
Okay, and that misses. Okay, so this is the downfall of the great sword.
Yeah, I'm remembering that now.
About to toss this thing back. I swear to God.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
hang on
that's
to
fine.
it. I don't know.
If
Maybe
you had a 10 strength,
Huh?
but if you had a
Take my
10,
sword back.
might be
I
good,
can't handle the responsibility.
wait, didn't someone get potions? You could use a potion of strength,
I
and that
have
would allow you. But that's
potion of
temporary.
frost strength, so
Don't do
We
it
need a
here.
belt.
not using that.
Yeah, not for this one guy, but that's a really good combo. That would for a whole battle at least, you would be able to just oh my god, you would just tear
Cut the
up with that
sword.
sword. So keep the sword.
Yeah, if we ever get in a big end game combat,
Yeah, keep the sword and then get ready to pop it for massive like a slasher damage if you want to turn
a whole
Decipher
fight.
Yeah, the whole fight. You'll have
Yeah.
24 strength. That'll make your attack bonus like +8 or something ridiculous. 9 +9, I think. Okay, and now it's the ghoul's turn, and he's going to slash at you because he's mad because you killed all of his friends. Actually, you didn't, but you did chop him in the face. So,
True.
Let's see. He could either try to bite you, or he could slash you with his claws. And he's gonna
Claws.
Oh boy.
claws. Wow, that's horrible. And he does use his claws. And he's got a
Oh my God.
+4. And he rolled a 7. So that's going to be 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Right.
Haha.
So he slashes at you with his razor sharp teeth his jagged claws. And misses. And now it's Shora's turn. And Shora's going to say, let me show you how this is done. Fwap, 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 fwap. And she's not fap. No, just to be careful. Just to be clear.
Flap with W.
Yeah, because it's like, whatever. Anyway,
Sound of arrows being knocked.
Yes, and she's gonna steal the show and kill it with her longbow. No, she's not, because she rolls an 8 plus. Wait, maybe she hits. 8 plus 6. 14. Oh, that hits, because this guy's 13. So she. Oh, and she gets to make 2 attacks. So 1d8 plus 3 piercing. And that's 5. So the ghoul takes 5 damage. And then she shoots another arrow. Oh, she uses her bonus action. Am I close enough? If I go like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, she can go like here. And let's see. She gets to add 2d6 damage. If Shora hits an enemy with an attack on the same turn, she deals an additional 2d6 damage. So she's gonna shoot it again. And 13 plus her attack, 6. So that hits. And she does a d8 for the longbow, plus 2d6, plus 3, 15 damage. And oh, the ghoul's not dead. Who gets to kill it?
Not dead.
Raxlor gets to kill it. No, it's like barely hanging on. Its arms are like hanging on by nerve endings at this point.
I do that meme where the guy comes out from behind the trees and licks his lips and rubs his hands together.
Oh my god.
That takes an action. Okay, your turn's over with.
A bonus action. No, I use my action to do that, and then I use my bonus action to kill it. Is it Raxlor's turn?
It falls over dead.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
I used my bonus action to kill it. Like,
After all that with poor Willow. Okay, you attack, it falls over dead. What?
It has literally enough HP for me to just say I use my bonus action. Not using it for anything, I just use it. I throw my bonus action at it, hits it on the head. Well, I'm not casting a spell. That's stupid. I'm not going to cast a spell if it's the last
You don't have
thing.
magic missile. You might miss it and not do any damage. So go ahead, take your turn.
I'll walk up and I'll just roll 2 attacks at once. Wait, I don't have extra attack, do I? I'm a cleric. I want extra attack. I walk up and I swing my mace at it. Okay, I rolled a 7, but my modifier is +8. So does 15 hit?
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, because it's not
And I
proficient
deal
in the
6
armor.
or 7 damage.
How much?
Like 8.
Why am
minimum.
I asking? Your mace
Yeah, that's why
crushes down on its head, and it explodes and splatters ghoulish brain matter. And
Gross.
and the studded leather armor that it's wearing stays miraculously clean. He also has a belt pouch.
I take the belt pouch and start counting through the money, ignoring the armor that he's wearing.
What is this? What's in that pouch? Oh, it's a potion.
Of what?
It looks clear
taste
and it looks. Oh, you taste it. Yeah, exactly. A potion of invisibility.
Ooh. My tongue flickers in and out of existence, and I look like a snake.
And the armor is +1 studded leather armor. So it is identical to studded leather, but it's magical, and it's +1 armor class. So the only one in the group that can use that is Scree. So if you want to equip that
Hello?
Scree, you can write it down. Write down magical studded leather +1, and then go ahead and add 1 to your armor class. And,
Cool.
And you're at 16 now, so that should put you at 17. And
Awesome.
And Shora sees you get this brand new armor, and she's looking at her regular old non-studded leather armor, and she has these great big puppy dog eyes as she looks eagerly towards your old suit of armor.
Alright, you can take it.
Hooray! And she takes the studded leather armor, and she begins donning the armor, and she spends 60 seconds donning the studded leather armor. And now her armor class is 16.
Cool.
Who's Dawn? Like,
He was on Miami
I was going to
Vice.
say, we need to reuse that word because that was like, Trump's first name.
Is it?
Oh.
I almost said, is it? It took me a second.
Her armor
Is it really?
trumps something.
Just like how Facebook has now made the word meta so ridiculously uncool that I refuse to use it now. We need a new word for it.
I know, that's why I didn't want them. I'm like, don't take our word. Please don't take our word. And of course he did, because he's the robot. He's supposed to be the robot.
Integrated knowledge? Because that would be a step above the actual, like when you integrate something, you're raising the function up to, so And meta would be the knowledge about the knowledge. So, oh my god, I don't know how they do it. How they all talk the second I push the button to talk. Every time I stop, they immediately stop, and then they start right up again. Whatever, I don't care.
You know, I keep getting these ads for Meta, and I keep seeing like people playing chess with tiger faces, and I'm like, I can play chess online just fine. I don't need to hook up VR goggles and have a tiger face. That seems like a lot of work to do something I can already do right now. If I want to play VR chat,
Yeah.
I could play VR chat. That already exists. So
Yeah.
But you're not a furry, so there is a market for it.
That's true. It's the non-furry VR chat. Hey guys, we have VR chat, but with less furries.
That's what they did with Instagram.
Less.
First they copied it, then they just bought it. Let's come up with one mediocre idea that's already been done in the 90s, do it slightly better, and then just copy good ideas from everyone else and just keep cramming it in like Star Wars. At first it's cool and it's like, wow, no one else has done this, but then there's like, okay, there's other better versions. I don't know where I am in my metaphor now. Okay, so armor is upgraded, the battle is over, all the ghouls are dead, you gather up your spoils and you head back to the High Hall. And I'm not changing maps, so we're just going to proceed here. I'm going to do end initiative, but if you guys want to... How do I end the initiative? Oh, yeah, like this. If you guys want, you can still roll here in the chat or whatever, but you don't have to. So, okay. So you guys finish battle with the ghouls, and you head back to the High Hall. As you approach, which is not far, you were almost back. And as you approach the front door, it opens, and Trevik the guard is standing there, and his eyes are wide, and he motions for you to come in. And I need to hold on. Let me pull up my notes and stop trying to do this by memory. I always forget like cool stuff. Okay. Yep. So Rhea meets you at the door. And she asks if you found what you were looking for scavenging out there, and she is so glad that you're back and knows how dangerous it is, blah, blah, blah. Did you find what you were looking for?
We got some of it, but unfortunately not everything we were looking for, but I think this will certainly help on our journey through the wastelands, but it would help much better to have a faithful companion who was by our side this whole time. Can I convince you to reconsider your decision to stay here one last time?
I'm glad that you want me to come with you guys so badly, but my place is here. Maybe if I decide to be Oathbreaker Paladin in the future, I might switch, but I made my mind pretty hard. I'm already dug in deep. It'd be hard to leave at this point. Like any church. She says, "Come, I'll lead you to the secret passage, and I want to, bid you farewell as you proceed into the unknown." And the central altar is already open. The secret passage. People are kind of coming and going. There's not a lot of people up here, but it's pretty safe now. So some of the higher level people are definitely milling around. As you go downstairs and return to the area with the fountains that has the hidden passage, what was her name? That's okay. She doesn't say her name. You don't remember her name. If you do, great. The female dwarf that you saved from the rubble so long ago, she comes up to you guys and she says, "Oh wow, you guys look like you're oh wait, no, you're all full hit points." Okay, she was gonna offer to heal you, but you guys didn't take any damage. So she's like, "Hey guys, you look great.
You're welcome.
Keep on the good work." Oh, it's morning. I need to change the time. It's probably been like an hour. We'll do like 7 a.m. Let's see. Water, food. Okay. So just before, as you guys start piling into the secret passage under the fountain to crawl through the tunnel, that exits out the bottom of the earth moat, Rhea, asks you if you could do her a favor and waits to see who responds.
I'm still salty about her leaving us, so I don't say anything.
Will anyone?
Yeah, sure. What's
Magic
up?
saver.
I
I retract my statement.
No, you guys can both say it at the same time. She's gonna ask, and then you can choose. She's going to reach into her pocket and pull out a beautiful handkerchief that looks finely embroidered, but also it looks like it's been around for a little while, and it has in red stitching the initials RM. And she says, "This is my handkerchief. It was given to me by my mother when I was born." She says that the Hell Riders that died here in Avernus, serving their master rather than flee in terror back to the material plane. It is said that somewhere is the crypt of the Hell Riders. If you ever find it, please place this handkerchief in the tomb and say a prayer for me, and then let me know if we see each other again.
Ooh, I'll do it.
Does Zoe contest?
I do not.
Okay, Scree reaches out and snatches the handkerchief, and Rhea says, "Thank you very much, my friend Scree. Please do not seek out to do this just for me. But if you ever do find the crypt of the Hell Riders, if you did this task for me, it would please the souls of my ancestors."
That's the good.
Scree says that.
Yes, because that's a good because Scree can't communicate normally, mind you, so he has to improv sometimes on words. So yeah, that it's canon.
Yeah, because oh my god, what is your race called? The Black Raven folk.
Kenku. How could you ever forget?
Yes, the Kinku, they only speak in repeated words and phrases. So, like, they have a full language, but everything they say, they repeat in the voice of whoever they heard that from first. So they tend to repeat things in memes and phrases.
Oh my god.
Memes, they're meme lords. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
I finally found my people.
Sheesh.
Okay, so you guys, oh, I'm supposed to read the text in the book. Okay, stupid notes. What's the point of having notes if they're just gonna say that? Oh, okay, god damn it. Okay, so I always forget this note. So basically, this entire mechanic has just been left out of this campaign, but I don't care. But while you were fighting the ghouls, there was a big earthquake, and everyone who was standing had to make a dexterity save and try not to fall prone. And then at another point, there was a big lightning strike nearby, and everyone had to make a constitution save or be blinded. I mean, you guys wiped them out real quick anyway. But basically, the whole
time... It was like, what? It was one round.
Yeah. I mean, it's this whole section, you're supposed to be, you know, it's almost like you're on a burning, sinking ship, right? Like, oh no, there's all this stuff happening. So there's earthquakes, and the earthquakes represent the town getting dragged down further. But I just forget to throw in random earthquakes in the middle of battle, even if I write down the note. So the whole time that you've been here, the whole time that you've been battling, every so often there'll be a big earthquake. Sometimes pieces of buildings will fall. Sometimes big meteors or will crash nearby. And there's also big flashes of lightning from the companion. I did a terrible job of that mechanic, but maybe later when we swap and you run this from the beginning, then you'll remember to do that. And you can do the stupid part at the beginning with the Van Thampers and all that. But it'll be easier to run because I'll already have read everything.
Yeah, you'll know what you're doing.
Okay, so you crawl through this tunnel that goes out a few hundred feet, I think. Actually, let me look at the I have the thing here. Escape tunnel. The tunnel, it doesn't say how many feet, but it leads away from the high hall, and it ends in a gaping hole in the floating earth moat to which Elturel clings 500 feet above the river Styx. So you're looking basically straight down from under the city. So if you look at the map, you don't have to, but if you do, the high hall is kind of in the bottom middle. And so that's kind of the short, I guess, south on this map is the shortest way out from under the earth moat, because when you go out there you have a ceiling of earth, right, because you're on this giant earth island. So what you see when you look down is the city is actually floating about halfway above the river Styx. The part right where you are is kind of in the middle. It's really more over the shore, but the ground, but the river is right there. All along this bank of the river, you see the blood war happening, and I'll read you some box text for that. The river is actually hugely wide. Who is looking out of the earth moat?
I am not going down there because I can't cast Featherfall, so I would ask Zoe, politely request them to go down and get a good look. Or
Okay,
scream, either one.
So I go down by myself, and then how am I supposed to get back up to you guys?
No, you
You're
just look.
climbing down. There's a
stick your
little
head out.
tunnel that climbs down. It's not very far. You climb down the little
Okay.
tunnel and peek out, and then
I
climb back up. You're not
misunderstood.
going down. You're not going down to the surface.
I thought I was trying to go down to look at a tunnel
Yeah.
that was down there. Okay.
No.
All right, I'll go ahead and go crawl through this little tunnel.
Okay, and you can all fit in the tunnel just fine. It's just when you get to the end of it, there's basically a hole in the floor that just drops straight out into Avernus. So you could like lay down on the ground and like stick your head down through the hole, and so you can look down and get a sense of what's going on before you guys like fly through. Okay, so Zoe sticks her head through the hole, and then you see what I described already, and then also here's some box text. Armored legions of devils encircle the enormous posts of infernal iron that anchor Elturel to the rocky ground. Squads of demons, fighting 10 deep in some places, hurl themselves into the devil's ranks. Most of these abyssal troops are lowly manes and dretches who die quickly in vain. Who die quickly in vain attempts to drag down devils so their stronger demons behind them can strike killing blows. A dark river cuts a path between the blasted landscape and flows directly beneath the city. Floating on the river are demonic barges being assailed by squadrons of winged devils under the command of a terrifying pit fiend wearing an eyeless helm and clutching a battle standard. Whew. Okay, so that's what you see. I think I have a picture for this. Yeah, I think I sent this before, but this guy right there. That's what you see.
Ooh.
And it's kind of a big like picture. So
And you have done that before, yeah.
you can zoom in like if you need to, but you can see in the middle of the picture that's the earth moat that you're on with the big companion above it. You know, the companion's 400 feet wide. So looking down, you just see all different forms of demons and devils just waging against each other. Now, more practical terms. So the Styx runs, I mean, it kind of curves around, but where you are here, it's basically like north-south. And you're more towards the eastern bank of the river. And then the western edge of the city is hanging over the Styx. From here, you estimate that the width of the river is maybe about a quarter of a mile. So it's pretty wide. Like, you know, what's that, like 1,000 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet, something like that.
Yeah.
But you can see the other bank. I mean, you're 500 feet in the air, and you can see that there's basically nothing going on the other side of the river. It's like in this particular spot, it actually looks totally calm, totally safe. On this side of the river, the battle extends far to the north and far to the south, all along the banks. That's kind of all under where the city is, so you would have to go out to the city and then past it a ways to get past the battling. So this side of the river definitely looks very dangerous, and the other side looks pretty much like if you could get across the river, that that would be a safe place to head. And of course, conveniently, in the distance, in that direction, you see a giant hill shaped like a hand clawing out of the ground. You recognize that is Fort Knucklebone, which is your destination. So that is definitely the direction you want to head.
Yes.
Oh, and down below you can see the chains from the city that are attached to the giant spikes, and all the other stuff I read in the box. If you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much what you see.
All right, guys. I tell them that.
All right. I say, oh well, it sounds like we know which direction we need to go. Does it look like we could get a good angle and safely jump down from this hole and get to that safe spot you were talking about, Zoe? Does it look like we got because with our plan, we would be flying okay, so my original plan was two people fly, and those two people who are flying attach the other two people to their backs.
Okay.
And fly down, which is fine. But if the person who's flying somehow gets dispelled, now it's two characters who are dead. If Zoe can also we need a short rest. We're doing a short rest before we leave. I'm stating that now for the stream. Because Zoe needs her spells back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I only have one spell slot.
Yeah. Zoe needs full spells.
Yeah.
So
with
make
Dimension
sure you update
Door
your sheets for the short rest, however you need.
Cool.
With Dimension Door, we could fly down at an angle, and then Zoe could teleport down at an angle, 500 feet at an angle, however you calculate angles. How far is it horizontally from the hole to the safe area? What's the... Doesn't have to be exact numbers. I'm not going to do Pythagorean theorem or anything. Unless you want
because
to.
if there's one thing we know about the internet is that it's really fucking hard to do that, apparently.
Okay, if you're using... I actually worked this all out ahead of time. In fact,
okay,
I'll just
so I asked what my character sees.
so I'll just go ahead and tell you this to save you from looking it up. Fly has a speed of 60 feet, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So that's about 2
Oh, yeah, I did all that.
That's about
we need to know Dimension Door.
That's about 2 miles. Oh, Dimension Door? Oh.
We can fly. We can fly super far. I'm talking about if we use... Because we can't fly all four of us. There's no possible way we can fly all four of us unless Zoe casts it on two of us. We zoom out there and then wait 10 minutes to meet up the other people. And I think that's dangerous. Unless you guys think that's a good idea?
Well, wait, why couldn't
because...
Why couldn't you just each carry someone with fly?
We could do that, and then we're risking two people dying if we get dispelled, or dropping someone, or any number of things.
You're only worried about the dispel because I said if you get dispelled.
Yes.
There's not... Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's not likely, as long as that pit fiend stays far away from you.
It's not likely.
It's pretty far. It's
probably.
It's several hundred feet. It's okay. The pit fiend is on a barge floating on the river, which means it's 500 feet away. Now that doesn't mean that it can't, see you or anything, but it's not going to be like flying up and dispelling you. I mean, but I'm not,
It's got more important things on its mind, but let's not fly right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zoe, would you please make an intelligence check so that I can give you a smidgen of tactical And this is written down. I have an intelligence. Just make an intelligence check, and I'll tell you what you can figure out.
Just straight up, just intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah.
2.
Well, wait, hold on. Did I have? Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, you can't think of anything.
I have no idea. None. Sorry, guys. I'm not very smart, but I am very charismatic. And you guys like, why would you bring that up? That doesn't make any sense. But you kind of agree.
Okay, it takes 5 rounds of dashing, so that's 5 times 120 feet. So 600 feet, and you're clear of the city. And then another, like, 6 rounds, and you're across the river. Something like that.
Well, that seems easy-ish.
If you dash with fly, you can make it across the river in 11 rounds, which is not terrible. But, I mean, yeah, okay, so here's the thing about fly. If you get attacked and knocked prone while you're flying with wings, then you plummet to the earth. For instance, a flying devil. However, if you're flying from the magic of fly, even if you get stunned or knocked prone, fly keeps you hovering in the air. So other than a super powerful dispel magic, which so far no one has any reason to think is going to be, just blasting you randomly underneath an earth mode, fly should be a safe option. Now, you could try to mitigate in some other way, like you have a potion of invisibility. You can cast Disguise Self and make yourself look like something more innocuous. You, instead of dashing, you could use your actions to stealth and do like a group stealth check. So you wouldn't, you fail a Constitution save, although someone else could look and intelligence check could potentially see like patterns in the battles, see where the attention is focused, get an idea of where you could escape. So if you guys want to try to do something like that, then you could try to mitigate your descent, in addition to fly. So in other words, don't just say, oh, we can't do fly because what if something dispels us? Any way that you try to get down is going to have some kind of danger, but you could potentially do one of those things or anything else to try to mitigate.
It's not don't use fly. There's no question whether we're going to use fly. It's whether one creature is being held aloft by 2 fly spells. So if that one creature gets targeted and loses their fly, or if they are caused to drop the target, if they're incapacitated, that's what the rope is for. So they'd have to destroy the rope.
Then it would be time to roll up new characters.
Yeah. So the question to you was, ignore fly. I have 2 characters I'm trying to get down. Could they jump holding each other in their arms and then dimension door to safety across the river? Or is that not geometrically possible?
No,
I highly doubt
the river is about 1,200 feet, and dimension door range is 500 feet.
Okay, so dimension door is completely out because we can't even if we're at one edge of the river, we couldn't get to the other edge. So no dimension door. Although it will still be useful at some point, I'm sure. We could dimension door straight down, and then we'd be stuck on the other side of the river, and we'd have to figure out how to get across. And you said there are legions in the river?
There's barges floating on the river, and you also notice other smaller crafts here and there dotting the river, but you can't really see much detail from here. You do see that there are flying devils around in various places below. They're more than 100 feet away, and all of the devils that you can see have their attention fixed on battle. No one's scanning the underside of the earth moat for, people leaving or anything like that. So they don't
until we get down there. That's the question. The question is, once we get down there, if we say we featherfall straight down, we land at the bottom. There's a battle beneath us, right? Directly beneath us.
Yeah.
Straight down 500 feet. Okay. No featherfall. We'll get into a battle, and then we'll be screwed. Option 2 is fly 2 creatures and have those 2 creatures carry with rope straps the other 2 creatures. plus Lulu. We're ignoring Lulu because she can fly. The risk with that is if one target loses their fly, that person and the person they're carrying is dead. But honestly, if any of us die, like, we're kind of screwed anyway. So I say we just YOLO and go for it and double up.
Yeah.
Well, like, what's the word? Oh,
Good
two
point.
people die. Oh, now we're really screwed.
You'd have
We're gonna die anyway.
You'd also have Featherfall as a reaction to save the person falling.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, because
I only have 2 spell slots.
You cast Fly, that's 1 spell slot, and then if we fly close enough together, if one of us falls, you can cast Featherfall to save them. So
I
that's
have
actually
to
a good
cast
point.
Fly on 2 targets.
When you cast Fly, you target 2 creatures, and you concentrate on 1 spell. It takes 1 spell slot when you cast it at 4th level. For each level, each spell slot higher than 3rd that you cast it, you target an additional creature. You can't
I
cast
didn't have
Fly
that part
twice.
written down.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't cast it twice because it's concentration. If we had 2 people who
Yeah.
could cast Fly, this wouldn't be an issue. But that's a pipe dream anyway in any game. Two people who
Sounds
can
like a
cast Fly.
plan to me.
So I think, yeah, okay. Well, Raxlor suggests that he is going to strap. Let's see, what was it? So none of you are strong enough to carry another person on your own. I think. So I can carry 540 pounds. So I could technically carry 2 people, but that's also very risky. Scree's strength and Zoe's strength are both 8, I think. Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's true. I do have
Yeah.
potion of
Giant
frost giant strength, so I
Yes.
mean I could do that.
Yes. So the strategy is, because none of you are strong enough to carry someone other than me, one of you would have to drink the potion, and then that person would be flied. So it's a question of Raxlor, no question, is going to be having fly cast on him because he's going to be carrying someone. So the question is, who is Raxlor carrying, and who is the other person who is flying and drinks the potion also? So that's between you two.
Does Raxlor have prepared enhance ability?
That's right, I do. See, I knew there was something. This is why I'm sitting here discussing. I knew there was something. You don't need to use the giant strength potion because I have a spell prepared called Enhance Ability, which does not increase your
Ooh.
strength, but it allows you to double your carrying capacity. So your carrying capacity is normally 120. Doubled would be 240. And how much does Shore weigh? Can't be more than 100 pounds. So if you're carrying your current equipment, normally you gain 120 pounds carrying weight, you can now carry Shora. So
Okay.
the question now becomes, I'm sorry, thank you, Nick, for reminding me. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, but for the
Raxlor
stream,
will
it's
cast.
good because it seems like we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
all figured this out now instead of spending days talking about it.
Weeks talking about it.
Yeah.
So Raxlor will cast Enhance Ability on one of you two. I'm pointing at you, but you can't see me because we're not in person. Zoe will then cast Fly on me and the same person that I cast Enhance Ability on. The person that has the 2 spells on them will be carrying Shora, and Raxlor will be carrying the other person. So between you two, decided out who wants to carry Shora and who wants to be carried by Raxlor. Keep in mind, it's not carried; it's strapped to the back like a baby in a bundle. I think Shora's going to use her canvas and like wrap it up like a little sack. I'm just going to strap the person. Their torso will be strapped like a shibari or whatever, and their arms will be free and their legs will be free, and they'll be strapped from my back. We'll be like an 8-armed monster. And I don't care how you do Shora. I don't care how you do Shora.
I actually think it would be better for me to be carried, so that way I don't have to be sitting there focusing on flying and also being ready to cast Featherfall. This way I can just kind of relax and wait to cast Featherfall if needed.
Yeah, you're like the gunner. You'll sit on my back like
Yep.
popping off magic missiles. So, Scree, would you rather be carrying... Wait, no. That's the answer. I'm sorry. You don't get a choice. If the question would be, is that choice okay with you? That means Zoe would be carried by me because she's too heavy to be carried by you. You would be carrying Shora and flying with the bonus strength. Is
Yeah,
is
that
okay
sounds
with you?
good to me. Sounds good to
Okay.
me.
We do that.
Okay. You're on the other side of the. No, I'm kidding.
Yay! Okay, session's over. Okay.
Okay.
Raxlor,
So Raxlor casts enhance ability.
first we short rest.
Oh yeah. Okay. So everyone. So you spend 1 hour resting up and gaining up your abilities, and then at the end of the rest,
And tying
go ahead.
our thing and stuff.
Yeah. Fine.
Getting all that stuff ready.
Okay. Each person who's tying the straps make a dexterity check.
So
And Shora offers to, but it doesn't have to be.
So the question also has to be, because I don't think you can tie someone while you're tied. Maybe. I don't know. I can't tie anyone because I don't have dexterity, so.
Everyone's got their hands free.
God, that's right.
Anyone could do it. You could just pick the two best.
I ask Scree to tie Zoe to my back first, and then
Alright.
if we need to, I can have Zoe. I don't know what Zoe's dex is, but Zoe can. I'll like finagle
My
so
dex
Zoe
is
can
good.
tie. Okay. Maybe Zoe, you first tie Scree. Zoe. I hate names. Zoe first. Tie Shora to Scree's back. Then Scree, who now has a Shora on his back, can now tie Zoe to my back. Does that make sense? It's important because it's important whose roles are which one.
And in my best Anna impersonation, it's like some sort of crazy trust fall. Have y'all seen that video where there's a bridge, but it's like interval slats, and there's a rope above it, and they hook you to a harness and stuff so you can run across? And it's like 20 feet long, and it's just a pure drop straight down for like thousands of feet. Have you seen that?
No.
They were recording one of the guys going across it, and the hook was not latched all the way, and it just kind of falls back behind him, and he's hopping across without a care in the world. Hits the other side, turns around, and sees he wasn't hooked up, and about throws up.
Oh, in the water? Is this thing in the water?
No,
Okay.
this is like a bridge in China.
Okay.
That's like one of the things about it. You have to hop across from one to the other, run as fast as you can. You're hooked up to a nice little harness that goes on a rope, but this guy's harness, the thing like broke or it wasn't attached right, and he just kind of fell off. I can't believe you guys haven't seen that.
Nope.
Oh, sounds awesome.
So Zoe ties Shora to Scree's back. So Zoe, make the dexterity check for tying that.
Just okay.
Yeah, I ask you, I say, hey, before I tie you to my back, go help tie Shora to Scree's back. And Scree, I'm not casting the spell yet, so you're like super weighed down, like a turtle with Shora tied to your back.
I got a 20, by the way, not a roll. That was my total.
Great. So yeah. So you're. So who are you cinching up again, Zoe? Yourself?
No, I'm putting Shora on Scree, and then
Okay.
Scree was gonna tie me to Raxlor's back. I'm gonna cry and whine and yell "Mama" the whole time, just so you know.
Oh yeah, well,
You're like, well, I'm gonna drop you then. I'll just cut the little cord here.
I don't know about you guys, but I, a bird, am living the dream.
oh yeah.
Okay. So Shora is tied securely to the back of Scree, and then who else is getting tied? Zoe on Raxlor's back.
Mhm. And Scree will be doing that tying.
Scree, make a dexterity check. Just straight dexterity check.
I give you guidance.
With guidance.
Thank you.
With plus 1d4.
I'll roll it for you. I could have given that to Zoe too, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Add 3 to whatever your total result is.
18.
Nice.
Awesome. So you guys feel pretty confident about the way that you're attached. Great. All right. Now Raxlor's casting enhance ability. It lasts for 1 hour and has concentration.
We finish our rest, and I say, okay, well, we say our goodbyes to Rhea and stuff. We say we'll come back for you once we have the sword. We'll save the city. Don't worry. Blah blah blah. All that sappy stuff as we're departing. I say, if anything happens, don't wait for us here. If you need to abandon it, we'll find you. We've got spells and stuff. We can find you. Just be safe, protect the city. And I cast Enhance ability on Scree so that they can safely carry Shora. And I hold my wings out in preparation for being flown myself. I have to walk over to Scree because Zoe has to touch Scree.
Yes.
Giggity.
So we have like some kind of monstrous 4-person hand touching thing going on.
Oh, is fly touch?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay,
and you have to touch all the creatures at the time.
All right, so you guys all get together and you clasp hands, real religious-like, and magic from gods and the Fae intertwine. Scree becomes magically strong, although his strength remains the same. His carrying capacity is doubled, and now Shora feels light as a feather on his back. At the same time, I'm confusing myself with this. Correct me if I get it wrong. Raxlor, with Zoe strapped to his back, begins to hover in the air as you magically gain the ability to fly. And Scree also gains the ability to fly. And Scree, delight floods through
I'm
your
excitedly
body.
squawking.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you flapping your non-working hand wings?
Yep.
As you get your first taste of flight, your greatest desire. Okay, so you guys are all flying, and Lulu's there with you, and she goes, "Oh, I'll be right with you guys. Even though I can easily outfly you, I'll hang out right with you, and I'll have my trumpets ready just in case."
Yay.
All right, and
Away we go.
we fly down at an angle, and as we fly out and start to get a good look at the battle, do we see anything that would give us an indication of whether we should try to be slow and cautious, or whether we can just yeet as fast as we can? Is there any stealthing ability in the sky?
You could use your action to use stealth to move stealthily instead of dashing, which would mean that you'd have to do 10 rounds instead of 5 until you're out from under the city. And that's pretty much when it starts to get clear. Then you fly the rest of the river to the other side, and it's about 1,200 feet across, so we're talking about like 4 or 5 football fields, I think. I'm reversing my own calculations, so I think that's all consistent.
What's the initial distance across that it says?
Of what? Of the city
The river.
or of the entire river? The river's a quarter mile wide.
Quarter mile. Okay, so yeah, like
It should be
5280 divided by 2.
Yeah, I calculated
2,500,
11
12
rounds
something.
with dash.
That sounds good. So I think as we start to fly out, I say, let's move carefully until we're out of range of all these demons hovering around the city, so they don't see us, just zooming around. We'll move slowly and carefully, and then as soon as we're out of reach, as soon as we're out in the open, we need to just haul ass and stick together, stay right next to each other in case we need to feather fall. And I point to a spot in the distance. I squint one eye and point to a spot, and I say, we're aiming for that spot. That's about as far as we can get with this fly spell. We want to stay as far out of reach as we can of the boats.
Okay, so
until we get across the
river. Are you basically hugging the earth until you get out from under it, like as a ceiling?
Yeah. We're hugging the earth till we get out from under it, and then once we get to the end, we'll go down diagonally, but trying to avoid the river as far as possible, and then also still get as far across the river as we can.
Okay. So you guys descend out from the hole. Raxlor carrying Zoe, and Scree carrying Shora strapped to your back, and Lulu's there with you. And you begin creeping underneath the earth moat towards the edge, heading towards the other side of the river. Looking down below you, you see the barge, and as you travel, actually, I'm going to go ahead and start initiative order. So I'm gonna add Raxlor to initiative, and I'm just gonna give you initiative 20. Okay, so round 1. So for 6 seconds, you stealthily move, flying under the city. Round 2, round 3. You're noticing that there are some devils kind of flying around. There's quite a bit of them, but they're all more than 100 feet away, and they seem totally distracted from you. And it's kind of like when you're near a hornet nest. They're not like swarming, but they're just kind of like flying around, so you're just like aware of them. But there's none super close to you.
Don't swat the hornet's nest, y'all.
4th round passes, and you guys and Valrog telepathically contacts the party, and he asks you, hey guys, what's going on? I can only see magically out to 120 feet. I know we're high up in the air, but what's going on? What do you guys see down there?
Oh, the usual. Just the blood war, a bunch of demons fighting each other, demons fighting devils, the usual.
Any Zariel, or what's the... I mean, I can kind of help you guys out here. What's the strongest looking demons or devils that you see?
What is the strongest?
Scene, right?
You did see a pit fiend carrying a battle standard with an eyeless helm. And,
I tell him that.
Oh shit. Oh, that's Lucille.
Uh-oh.
That's Zariel.
Lucille?
That's Zariel's, like, #1 lieutenant.
What are they doing here?
Well, clearly they're leading the war, guarding the city so that the demons don't overrun it before it gets dragged down into the city. I don't feel like we're moving fast enough, so I don't know what you guys are doing exactly, but we should be hauling ass at this point. As you're
Good advice, Viggy. Let's go.
as you're pondering the advice and continuing to move, Lucille tilts her head up, and even though she's very, very far away, you can see that she seems to be noticing you guys. And you see...
This is a good time to run!
You see... So you guys are hauling ass now, just at full fly speed, and you see her, like, gesturing towards you and waving her battle standard in the air, and suddenly, all those devils that are flying around, you see... see them begin to turn and focus on you, just like the queen of a hornet nest released pheromones, that the nest is under attack. And from all directions underneath you, focusing like up toward you, like as a focal point right in front of your face, as you guys are just hauling ass towards the edge of the earth moat. And you see, if you're looking at table plop, you see 1, 2, 3, and now they're not there, they're far away, and you guys are heading in one direction, but some of them are ahead of you, some of them are, below you, they're heading up while you're trying to head across. So you end up counting 12 total, and you can definitely see these are spined devils. You fought these guys before.
We gotta run!
And they are charging towards your group, and you have no other place to go now because it's too far to go back, so you're just hauling ass towards the edge of the earth moat, and the devils are coming up, and they're getting closer and closer, and Lucille is not coming toward you. You can see she's way too far away, but through some sort of maybe magical means, she's communicated to these devils. Not all of them, but you count 12 spine devils are now coming to attack you. And before you roll initiative, you see another humongous devil flying towards you. Very large, black, vulture-like. But as it's approaching, and it's kind of far away, but you see it coming up faster than the other devils, it looks familiar. Like this is not a devil. You realize this is a demon, and he's singing. And you hear this voice Stretch out and wait, stretch out and wait.
No way!
Let your kitty
No way!
lie down. And Morrissey contacts you all telepathically from as he approaches his range of 120 feet, and he says, "Hello there, lads. Looks like you're having a spot of trouble with these pesky devils. Don't mind if I take them off your back."
Please,
Don't mind at
please!
all.
I give him a thumbs up.
He says, he swoops towards the devils, which are all focusing on you, and they're converging. And when he spoke to you telepathically, his voice is still singing, and that's what it sounds like. Morrissey from the Smiths, and so you can hear his voice, but at the same time, he's talking in your head. So he swoops through the devils, and he lets out this horrifying screech that just echoes, and it's far enough away that it doesn't affect any of you, but that all 12 of the devils need to make Constitution saving throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, and the save is 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 12. Wait. Oh wait, no, DC 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All but 3 of the 12 devils are stunned by Morrissey's Vrock screech, and flying creatures that are stunned cease to fly. And so
Yes!
and so these 9 devils plummet down to the river Styx below. And the remaining 3 spine devils that saved against the attack all turn their attention on Morrissey and begin charging towards him, and he just turns and swoops away from you guys, and the spine devils follow him, and he just leads them away from you off in the distance. And he
Oh my god!
and
But why
he
would
What's that?
Nothing. No, finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you guys, are you saying anything else to him or doing anything or any other actions before he flies away?
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm thanking him profusely, thanking him and saying that he'll always be my best devil friend.
When you thank him, he responds, William, William, it was really nothing. And then as you bid him goodbye, as you bid him goodbye, he says in your mind, I know it's over and it never really began, but in my heart it was so real. And then he flies off into the distance singing his song. Let your beauty bunny lie down, and as you lie we say, will the world end in the nighttime? I really don't know. And is there any point ever having children? I really don't know. And he's gone. and you guys are out past the earth boat. You blow past it. You're past the force of the devils. You're just hauling ass through the air. It's whipping by your face as you're just charging. The shore gets closer and closer and closer, and you are now over dry land. There are no devils below you. All the devils are far behind you on the other edge of the shore and on the floating barges. Do you continue to fly until the spell wears off, or do you want to land, or how would you like to proceed?
So, we're safe across the river, which was our goal. I think, ideally,
Morrissey
if we had the ability to fly.
Fighting 12 spine devils and wasting the entire rest of the session. I've been saving that one in my pocket.
Morrissey.
Yeah, I think we should try to fly a little bit further away. Give us some breathing
Maybe.
room. And why would Morrissey come save us?
Because
he's so cool, and we treated him coolly, so he was cool with us.
Yeah,
you know.
So he's just like flying around chilling, and he sees you guys, and he sees that you guys are about to get attacked, and he's like, well, that sucks. Those are the only interesting people that I've met down here in this stinking pit of a landscape. And so he found that he found you entertaining, and he decided to save you, and maybe he'll meet you again one day.
How long ago did we meet Morrissey and were cool to him the first time?
A long time ago, but I've
24
never
hours.
forgotten him. I've
One
never
game
forgotten
day.
him.
Shit, I don't remember that.
We know you don't.
But I do.
It's on stream. It's actually on stream.
It was
If
like
you wanna see
8
Yeah.
sessions ago.
It's
That's
when
not
you-
totally unreasonable, but
No,
it
no,
was
no.
kind of a big deal.
It's right after you met Shora. So after you met her and you killed the first ghouls, you found a Vrock that was just sitting there at the edge before you got to the bridge, and he was like existential and what's the meaning of all this death, and you guys talked to him and chose not to fight him, and you made friends with him, and he said, okay, well, if you ever need my help, maybe I'll be there, and he flew away waiting to Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, kind of sort of remember that.
Oh, that was so worth everything.
To be fair, I
am,
only remember
going
this stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
To be fair, I only remember this stuff because I literally have to write it down, and so I'm like going through my notes from 6 months ago. Oh, that's right, I have Morrissey. Okay, he's gonna save everyone. He might not have, but you guys.
Oh, I
didn't piss
never
him off, and-
forgotten.
And that's raw. The whole Screech thing, like, that's raw, and they did fail. So I
Yeah.
mean, at the very least, even if he didn't drag the last 3 away, like he wiped out that whole group for you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maury.
I'm taking sending next long rest, and I'm sending him a sending just to make sure he's okay.
Aw.
Awesome.
Oh,
A
that's
third
nice.
level spell just to make sure our demon friend. But that would make him. It might make him more likely to come back in the future. Because if I talk to him, I'm like, Morrissey, I learned this spell just so I could ask you if you're okay, and he's like, aw, that's really sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Or there's a chance that it's like when somebody texts you while you're playing League of Legends or IMs you. We might get
We
him,
get him
killed, and he messages back, "You just killed me. What the fuck?"
He only sends 24 messages of the 25, and it gets like abruptly cut off, and we're like, no. But yeah, so I mean, ideally, travel down here. If we don't have like a machine, flying is probably the best bet because we don't have to worry about little holes or crevices or anything. So I think for the most possible distance we can, we'll fly close to the ground. We don't want to be like in the air getting obvious and stuff, but I think maybe a good 60 feet off the ground, continue flying towards our destination. We can still see the mountain, the hill from here, right?
Yes.
Or we
Yeah,
know
it's
the
about.
direction it's in.
Sorry, what?
Do we at least know the direction it's in?
Yep, it's pretty much straight west from here, and Lulu told you it's about 10 miles, and fly will last for 2 miles, so you could fly close to the ground for that far.
Okay, I say we continue flying. I don't see any reason to start walking on the ground until we have to.
Okay, cool. And also I sent a link
Okay.
to the one of the Smith songs that Morrissey was singing. Just for, like, aesthetic, in case you're...
I think we heard it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It helps, helps with the aesthetic. It's in the book too. His name is Morrissey, so I'm joking.
Is it really?
No, that part's a joke.
Really?
There is a philosophical
Okay.
frog
Oh, okay.
that is pondering whatever.
Yeah.
And as I was doing, what is the meaning of life? I'm like, that sounds like Morrissey. And then so it's like, okay. Also, I'm wearing my Morrissey t-shirt. Willow probably didn't notice, but
I didn't! If I caught that, I swear to God, I would have guessed.
It's
I've
what do you call it? Foreshadowing.
Yeah, I've been waiting
Foreshadowing.
for Willow. Almost every time we play, Willow's like, "Oh, I hope Morrissey comes back."
I always hope he comes back. He was funny. He was funny and interesting, and I've gotten what I wanted.
How kind of you to say. I find you funny and interesting as well.
Okay.
Okay, so Lulu points out the Knucklebone Mountain in the distance. I guess you're traveling about 1/5 of a mile per minute, so 10 minutes. As the duration of fly ends, you are 2 miles towards your destination. Okay, now I finally get to describe Avernus. Okay, so as you guys are up high, like you come back down, but you get like a bird's eye view of the landscape. And here's what it looks like. So the sky is obscured with hideous clouds. Frequent meteors are crashing into the ground. There are bone pits, quicksand, tar pits, lakes of lava, salt flats. These are all like, let's say, biomes, right? Like different. If you're in Minecraft, you're floating way up in the air. So you can see there's different terrains in this land. This is not hell exactly. In fact, hold on, let me grab a picture. I thought I had okay. So I'm gonna send you a picture of Fort Knucklebone, and then you can see. I mean, you're not there yet, but that's what it looks like. And where's my? Sorry, 1 second. God, I have some. It's literally the background on my computer. I just want to send you a picture of what Avernus looks like from the air. Oh my god, this is so dumb. Sorry, guys. There. Okay. Oh, I didn't even send the other one. Okay, so this is what Avernus looks like. I sent you 2 pictures. One of them is what the Knucklebone mountains look like, and then the other one is what Avernus looks like. So it's not exactly hell. It's
So
not
cool.
like a fiery lava place. There are fires, and it is very hot, but it's more like a blasted wasteland. You see fissures, you see structures of bone. Those things over to the right, those big triangle things with the lights on them, so those are floating fortresses. So that's another, like off in the distance, you might see a fortress floating around. So that is what it looks like. It reeks of brimstone and burning tar, and there's ambient light from just below the horizon. So it's kind of like it's either sunrise or sunset, a constant state of twilight. So it's never quite day, never quite night. It's just all this really gross kind of twilighty time. And also hot gusts of wind scour the land. You land in an area, in a terrain that is pretty much like that picture that I just displayed. So it's not a tar pit or anything like that. It's just a pretty standard wasteland. And when you finish flying, you guys land and proceed to walk. And as you walk, you feel as though you are under an incredible burden. The air always feels either too dry or too humid. The heat is oppressive. Your soul feels burdened and strains as you travel through this outer plane of negative energy. As you look to the horizon, features of the landscape seem to hold still in the distance even as you continue walking. You look to your feet, and although they are taking steps, the ground below you at times is unmoving or even backwards. You lose track of time looking at your feet, unable to distinguish seconds from minutes or hours. When you look up again, those distant features are now far behind you. Time, it seems, and space are utterly fluid within this evil domain. Indeed, you feel your inner constitution strain to stave off exhaustion as each hour passes. Everyone make a constitution saving throw as you complete your first hour of travel in Avernus. It's now 8 a.m. And I'm not rolling for Shore or Lulu, because I don't want to. And there's
Hello, I'm
NPCs.
back.
I'm not like, tracking their exhaustion. Okay.
Just in case.
Raxlor, what is
19.
your? Okay, you succeed your Constitution saving throw, and you do not suffer any levels of exhaustion. Scree, what's your Constitution saving throw?
Me roll right now. I just got back. Sorry.
Oh, that's what you said. I'm back. Okay. Zoe.
17.
All right, succeeds.
13.
And 13 succeeds as well. So you all succeed staving off the exhaustion, but you can tell that this is an incredibly harsh landscape to travel through. In fact, you can tell that you're only traveling like 8 miles a day max. You cannot
In Avernus?
In Avernus, you cannot fast travel. Normal travel is a forced march. You could slow travel, but then
So
you wouldn't get there.
So it's normally 3 miles per day. It's like a third of that here.
It's normally 24 miles per day is traveling through normal overworld conditions, and here it's more like 8 to 10 miles a day. It's a equivalent to traveling in the Underdark. It's actually not quite as bad as the Underdark. I think the Underdark is like 6 miles a day. But time and distance are fluid, so I'm just telling you, you're approximately traveling like a third speed, whereas Underdark is quarter speed.
Okay.
Based on the distance of the hill, of being about 10 miles, you think that as long as you continue at full speed, with normal speed, which is to say the fastest you can travel, that you should be able to get there by the end of the day.
And how many Constitution saves is that?
I'm not gonna make you roll every hour, even though that's an optional rule in the book.
Okay.
I think that's a little too harsh. So I'll call for them as needed.
Okay.
But I'm not.
We
not,
keep walking until
not
something
8.
happens.
Not 8, because I think that's ridiculous. I like the mechanic, but I think that's a little too harsh. Otherwise, you
Yeah,
have
8 that you're gonna fail. You'll literally die because eventually you'll fail 2 or 3, and then you'll get exhausted and then you'll die. So there's no way to cure exhaustion except for like a second level spell slot.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
long
I
rest,
mean, there's
You would have to end up taking a lot of rests.
which we
Yeah.
can't do.
Yeah, and slowing down your speed. But yes. So don't worry about
Exactly.
that. But yeah, so there are saves that could come up. That's the one for now. Okay, so Valrog is feeling pretty talkative at this point, and he's like, "Oh wow, oh this feels great. I'm back down in the plains of Avernus. This is way better than that holy city of Elturel. Ugh, I just felt like constantly restrained. Here the veil is much thinner, and it's so much easier for me to talk to you guys. You know, this plain was a pretty nice place to be before the Styx came around. When it was just me and my buddy Lucifer, this place was a paradise. Literal paradise, yeah. Because it was a
Literally?
it was a honey trap to reward mortals for being evil, right? So if they're evil in their life, they actually got rewarded by coming to this paradise. But then, after Lucifer fell and Asmodeus took over and, all that big mess happened, the river Styx got rerouted through Avernus, and that brought with it the Blood War, and, this is what you get. So, yeah, there used to be grassy fields and beautiful fountains and structures, and, it was a paradise, but, not anymore. Not no more.
It got rerouted. Where did it get rerouted from?
Oh, that's an old story. You don't want to hear too much about that.
Sorry, Valrog, but do your kind not know how to do like irrigation and stuff? Because you could just, route it another way. Everybody work together for a day or two.
Well, no, like change in leadership. Let's just put it that way. And I was not on the I was friends of the old guard. You know, Lucifer was my buddy. So when he got destroyed by Asmodeus, I did okay for a while. I'm really good with numbers and money and stuff. So they made me the treasurer of hell after I, took care of Ashtoreth, the last treasurer of hell. But anyway, that's I still pissed him off and got exiled. But we're talking, many thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. But yeah, there was a time when this was a nice place to hang out. I mean, it was a reward. You did evil, and then you come here, and it was a great system.
Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I guess if you don't want to talk about, you don't want to talk about old things, but you'll talk about what happened after those old things. So.
Well, I mean, I
don't want to talk.
I'll talk.
Thousands and thousands of years ago when the river got rerouted, that's important. But 100 years before that, when the river flowed somewhere else, that's not important, right?
I really don't want to get the Blood War chapter of Mordenkainen's Total Foes, but yeah, he's like, yeah, if you want, he can just tell you the story of the Blood War. And
he starts telling me, and it's like the Gear War guy from Rick and Morty, and I'm like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. There you go, Gear War. Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I guess he would. Like, I don't want to tell the story, but Valrog is like, hey,
and I don't want to hear the story.
While you're chatting with Valrog, Zoe hears a voice in her head, calling to her.
And this is different from normal. How?
It's like a high-pitched buzzing, sort of almost like it's flying by you. It's like, Zoe, and you suddenly feel, you start feeling like drawn towards that Fey book that you took from Candlekeep.
Sus. Sus. Very sus.
When are we going to stop so I can take a break and look through my book?
I say, what book?
I don't know what book you're talking about.
You just asked when we're going to stop?
You just asked.
So you can read your book? I don't know, but I'm feeling kind of tired. You guys want to take a break?
Yeah.
No, that's my character in game says that. Just to clarify in case anyone was getting excited.
Well, I think we should. Yeah, I don't think. Unless someone needs to do a quick 5-minute break. We're probably gonna be wrapping up in 15. What did you say? 10:30.
Yeah. I said if we're about to get into something by 10:30, 11 at the latest. I just don't want to be starting something because normally it's okay, well, just a little bit more. We've almost finished this thing. So if that's happening at 11, I'd rather wrap up before then. But I'm curious to see what's in that book. But Raxlor doesn't know because he's not hearing the voice. He just got the suggestion in his head that taking a break sounds nice. He says, "Yeah, I haven't used my legs this much since we left Baldur's Gate on the walk to Candlekeep. So I'm fine with taking a short breather if you guys are. That rock over there looks slightly less painful."
All right, good by me.
I walk over to the rock and I whack it with my hammer to make sure it's not going to crumble beneath my butt when I sit down.
It seems pretty safe.
Well,
I sit down and I start piping on my harmonica.
All right, I would like to take a closer look at my book and inspect it. Maybe flip it open and stuff. I'm assuming I'm resting right now.
Okay, great. So you sit down and you pop open the Scrivener's Tale, and you flip through the pages.
I actually have that on my sheet. I didn't know if that was the book you were talking about, or if I had another book I forgot to write down. That's the one I wrote down, but I didn't hear how you said it the first time, so I really spelled it really badly, like
Scrivener. Ermagerd, Scriveners. Okay, so as you read the book, how long are you guys resting?
I'm saying not a short rest, but we do need to probably take a short rest. We
Okay.
do need to take an actual short rest soon, but I mean, how long have we been walking? You said just an hour? How long until this buzzing happens? From when fly ends to when the buzzing happens?
You guys were walking
At
for
least
an
an hour.
hour, and then I started doing the social stuff. So it's 8 a.m. You could rest from 8 to 9. Shouldn't be a problem.
I think we should, just because Zoe needs her spells back anyway. So we sit down. I'm like, let's just take a 5-minute break, guys. I mean, we got to keep moving. And then as soon as I sit down, like, I start taking my shoes off, stretching my toes, and I'm like, maybe we can rest a little bit longer than that. But yeah, keep your guard up. Don't take your armor off. Don't fall asleep. But yeah, short rest, I would say.
Okay.
There have been so many times when Amanda is like talking to me and we go back inside or something, and she'll be talking. She'll be like, "Oh, don't tell! Oh my God, you've already fallen asleep," and I'm just over there crashed out. She's like, "Well, never mind."
Okay, so go ahead and update your character sheets for a short rest. So make sure you update your Zoe gets her spells back, and anything else that you used up for a short rest, go ahead and update.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you read the Scrivener's Tale, you have an hour. So I mean, you can't read the whole book, but you're able to like kind of flip through the beginnings of the chapters and get an idea of what the story is about and get some information. So the book tells the story of a selfish and amoral archfey called the Princess of the Shadow Glass, who is locked in a blood feud with the Queen of Air and Darkness, the ruler of the Gloaming Court in the Feywild. The queen is described as an intelligent, gleaming black crystal that hovers above a throne of twisted petrified wood. The princess is cast in the role of the protagonist, yet she views everyone else as a pawn in her struggle. The tale ends with a monologue promising bloody reprisals upon everyone the princess believes has wronged her, but it promises blessings and granting of a wish if someone were to free her from the book and to free her from her prison. And to free her, this book must be taken to a place called the Witchlight Carnival, which exists beyond time and space.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's easy. It's great. It doesn't take much effort to go to places that exist beyond time and space at all.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
But fortunately, you are in a plane that exists outside of realms of time and space. So maybe you'll have a chance to
Maybe.
find clues towards this carnival. So something to keep your eyes open for. Also,
Awesome.
as you're spending this time focusing on reading the book and concentrating on it, the voice that you heard before comes back, and it's able to communicate to you in just short little bursts, and you can't really, it's not a two-way communication, and you're not getting a ton of details, but the voice no, doesn't say anything yet. Sorry, notes are hard. So you finish reading the book and you get that information from it.
Awesome. Thank you.
As you proceed along the plains of Avernus, so you guys finish your short rest, you get up, and then you begin to travel. Let's say another hour passes. What were we at? Okay. Okay. And Zoe, you see, after traveling a little ways, you see a ring of mushrooms on the ground. And that's when the voice speaks to you. And it gives you instructions. It tells you to gather 3 mushrooms and not to take any more than that. It also tells you that you must leave an object in place of each mushroom that you take. and that in the back of the book there's a ritual, and that you should make tea with the magical mushrooms that you gather each night.
Oh boy.
And perform the ritual just before you short rest, and that will enhance the spirit's ability to contact you.
I complete the ritual before each long rest, or did you say just rest?
When you're going to sleep at night, before you go to sleep, you do a nighttime
That's
ritual.
what I thought you meant, but I wasn't sure.
Yep, drink the tea, do the ritual, and it will strengthen your ability to communicate with the spirit. I guess you've been traveling for 3 hours now.
Okay.
Do you do
All right,
anything? Do you do anything with that information?
Yeah. It didn't say in the book anything about how the objects I leave behind should be of high value to me or anything like that, did it?
No. From what you've read in the book, from what you know basically about the Fae, and from the information the voice gave you, it doesn't seem like it needs to be anything in particular, just objects that you possess.
Okay, I would like to take 3 mushrooms. For the first one,
Joey, what are you doing?
Oh,
Nothing.
gathering some food there. Oh, I've been looking and I haven't seen any food here.
this is Fae stuff. Do you really want to be involved?
Face stuff.
I
Why
am
are you
a
doing
Fae.
face stuff?
Sure, you want to knock them on the door of the Fae and let them come on in, be my guest.
I say the Fae
I'll
already got
just
my
leave
number.
you alone. I'm just
But,
leaving you alone.
But yeah,
then.
I'm just looking for food. So if you're not getting food, I don't care. I'm the whole time we're traveling, I'm constantly looking for food to supplement our rations.
And then I say, I'm just messing with you guys. But my overall goal, I'm trying to become a part of the Fae world, and I have unlocked a little bit of knowledge just here since we, flew off the edge, and I'm just working towards that goal. I have to gather a few mushrooms for myself.
Wow.
I say, okay,
That's
well,
really admirable.
yeah, that's cool. If you find any that aren't magic mushrooms and they look tasty to eat, let us know, because I'm on the lookout.
No, none of you want to touch these mushrooms. Trust me.
Sus.
Okay, so for the first one, I leave behind my platinum cameo of the winged cat named Happy that was worth 50 gold.
Happy.
Okay, scratch that off.
For the second one, I leave behind my Harlequin mask.
You could have just left behind 3 pieces of gold or copper or something.
I am pretty sure that if I leave behind basically toilet paper, things aren't going to go very well for me. I do not want to just leave behind any old things.
But wait, did you say you're leaving behind Happy?
No,
my cameo I got.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a pendant with an ivory carving of the cat.
Cat.
Yep. I leave behind. I had one more random book with me that was just worth 5 gold. I want to leave that behind too.
Okay. Okay, you leave those items in the spots where the mushrooms were on the plains of Avernus, and you guys continue to walk. And
what's going to happen? I'm going to wake up tonight, and there's going to be some Fae. They're like, wow, that was really meaningful, even though it was just a game. So we appreciate... Oh, shit. I let the Fae in. God damn it. Me, not my character, me.
Oh, IRL.
Yeah, the Fae are like, oh, we saw what you did, even though that was a game that was meaningful.
Yeah, that's why Big E stopped playing.
There's so many bells you can sew onto a meeting suit.
It's a lot, but it's not infinite.
You run out of room eventually. Sometimes the ones inside get on your hair and they, pluck it. And... All right, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay. Yes, Raxlor, you have been looking around for food and water, and you don't see either. This particular region seems especially desolate. But you get the sense that there probably are areas that you can find food, just not in this particular terrain.
Sad for bug noises.
But after what hour are we on now? Tracking time and hours is stupid. Yeah. Okay. So you travel another hour, and in the near distance, not actually very far at all, you see some ruined beauty, like a small cluster of crumbled pillars, and you see like the charred like or withered remains of like vines that probably used to be green and beautiful, and just kind of like some scorched earth. So back in the days of the paradise, this must have been pretty beautiful. You can actually see a tablet that is mostly crumbled, but it has writing on it. If you approached it, you could probably read it.
How far away is this? Is this like something we see in the distance?
It's nearby.
Or walking right by it?
No, you're walking like right by it. Kind of like Ahmad Arbery when he was jogging through the neighborhood and he was like, "Oh, look, a house under construction. I'm just gonna jog over, take a look.
Whoa.
Okay, cool. Now I'll just continue on my way." So just
And
watch
then
out
everyone
for-
lived happily ever after.
Watch out for warlords with rebel flags riding up and pick up trucks in Avernus, because they would be here, because they will be here. Not Ahmad though. Ahmad's up in the seven heavens, chilling.
I point over at the ruined beauty, not even though everyone obviously can see it, and I say, "Hey, look over there. There's like withered vines and stuff. I wonder if that place used to be like a sanctuary back during the days of the old times, and maybe we'll find some food in there if you guys want to go look at it. And also there's like a tablet, so that maybe that tablet will tell us what this place was. Maybe there's treasure here or something that we can, maybe it's a place we can rest. Maybe it's not as harsh as the landscape out here. You guys want to go check it out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I start walking over, and I walk over to the tablet to see if I can read it and see what it says.
Do you speak Celestial?
No, but I think one of us does, don't they?
Who
Didn't we
speaks
decide that?
Celestial?
Or is
Not
that the-
me.
I do not.
Maybe it was the bad one that we speak.
If
Yeah,
it's
I speak
important enough-
Infernal.
If it's important enough, I have Scroll of Tongues.
How much writing is there? Does it look like it's just saying what this place is, or does it look like it's telling us a short story? Just the number of characters.
Make an intelligence check.
Yeah, that's fair. 1 natural 1.
Nice.
How many letters are there? That's all. How many letters are there in the words?
1,
It
2,
is-
5.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 8 lines.
Okay, so it's not like, it doesn't say like granary or temple. It's like, it's a tablet with writing on it.
Like
Yep.
a plaque.
Okay, what
Okay.
languages does everyone have? What languages can everyone speak?
Infernal, Abyssal, Common, Thieves can't.
Okay.
Common,
Common,
Elvish.
Elvish, Sylvan.
those plus giant.
Ah.
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan. Aren't you a half-elf?
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Don't half-elves get 2 languages? I feel like... Oh no,
Maybe?
Common, Elvish, and 1 extra language.
Sylvan.
Okay.
And then the background usually gives one. What's the background?
What's your background? Is it haunted
Hold
one?
on, let me look.
I think it's haunted.
I think I don't think so.
Should be at the top of
because-
your sheet.
Yeah, let me look. It's blank.
Of course.
So I'm
I
pretty
know
sure
it
that we
wasn't
talked.
haunted one though.
It was
Yeah, haunted one was his. No, that I don't know.
No, this one is not haunted one. This character is the one who became a warlock to defy her parents, who were priests and had a local church, but they were super encouraging. So every time I did anything, they were always proud of me, even if I failed. And it got me going crazy. So I tried to rebel and run off on a quest to become part of the Fey world, going as a warlock. And they're like, "Well, you come back whenever you need something."
Okay, what's your
Not
starting
haunted.
what's your starting equipment?
I think it was the Monster Hunter pack. Let me look.
That's haunted one. Pretty sure that's the only one that gets the Monster Hunter pack.
I think you have some
Wasn't
feat.
wasn't this character the one that there was a kid in water or something, or was that another character? Was that the
That was the other game.
city
Yeah.
game that we never ended up finishing?
So I'm pretty sure it's haunted one, and I think what happened is you wrote down some of the features but not others, and never wrote down the background. So that's what I'm going. So unless you suddenly discover that something else is
Okay.
the case, I'm pretty sure your equipment has a Monster Hunters pack because you chose haunted one.
It
Haunted
does.
one is
I do have
proficient.
Monster Hunter.
Then you are definitely haunted one, so you should write that down now. Haunted one gets 2 skill proficiencies, which you probably have. I'm
I
pretty
do.
sure we counted for those, so you should have 2 of these: Arcana, Investigation, Religion, Survival. Do you have at least 2 of those proficient?
Yep, Religion and Arcana.
Okay, so that's what you took. And then what you never selected was 2 additional languages.
Oh shit.
So you can go ahead and add 2 additional languages, which must be an outer world language. So your choices are Abyssal, Celestial, Deep Speech, Draconic, Infernal, Primordial, Sylvan, and Undercommon. So choose 2 of
And actually,
those.
only one of them has to be one of those. You choose
Oh,
2,
you're
and
right.
one of them has to be Outer Worlds language.
You're right. So choose 2 of those, write them down now under proficiencies, and write haunted one under background. And if one of the languages you write down is Celestial, you can read the tablet.
That still would have been nice when we were channeling Helm and trying to figure out what he was saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Zoe some shit. I'm gonna be like, wait, you speak Celestial?
Hey, my
Oh,
character -1 to int, okay? Cut her a little
You
slack.
forgot the language, and now you're just now remembering.
Oh my god, I totally forgot that I could speak that. I was like, why are you having such a hard time understanding what they're saying? They're just sitting here telling you. But fine, whatever, fuck you. I guess I will pick, I don't know. Fuck.
Please pick Celestial.
What do
and then
devils and demons?
Abyssal, Infernal.
And Scree, which ones do you speak again?
Let me check.
I guess it would make sense for me to know celestial. since
Infernal,
both-
Abyssal, Common. These can't.
So anything but
parents-
Infernal and Abyssal.
My parents were, lawful good priests.
Ooh.
I probably was indoctrinated with celestial, aka Latin, or
Yeah.
Enochian, when I was a kid. So I'll take celestial. It actually makes sense for my character.
For the
I'm
other
not
one,
just metagaming.
no, yeah, you probably would have chosen that. I
Fuck.
probably would have
What is-
suggested, because now you have all the players'
Yeah, thank you,
languages.
Ryan.
Scree has Infernal and Abyssal. That's demons and devils. You have Celestial, and in fact, the only ones that you're missing off of the cool languages are Primordial, Draconic, and Deep Speech. So Draconic is dragons. You've already interacted with some dragons, so that seems pretty good to me. Primordials are elementals, and Deep Speech is like beholders and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
And
Whatever.
Beholders and Mind Flayers and stuff.
Mind Flayers. Mind Flayers more Underdark. So pick Celestial and one other one and write it
Yeah.
down.
I guess I'll pick Draconic. Why not? Because I do have that. I made some dragon happy or something.
Yeah, you did. You had the Tiamat stuff, and you're inclined towards dragons, so makes sense. So write down
That's true.
write down celestial and draconic, and make sure you write down the
Yep,
haunted
yep.
one up under your background.
Yep, got it.
All right. Now, do you read? Do you read the tablet, or do you just proceed?
I didn't know that he had a problem reading the tablet.
It's in Celestial. That was what started this conversation.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
but
role
that was
playing.
meta. You were like, I figured you just read it, and we're like, okay, I got it.
I
Okay,
say,
so I walk.
I can't decipher what language this tablet is in. Does anyone understand it? I don't recognize the language, so I wouldn't even know what language to ask for. I rolled a 1, so.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. That's just hilarious. Okay, so I walk up to the plaque and I decide I'm going to read it, and I'm going to read it out loud to everyone.
Okay. You start speaking in Celestial and no one understands you. I'm kidding. You translate it. You know, the thing about translating poetry is you can't just know the languages. You have to be a poet in like both languages in order to effectively keep the impact of the poem and its meaning as well.
Yeah, and you'd have to know all the colloquials and basically be integrated into both societies to fully understand what
Yep.
they're intending to get across.
And yet you masterfully do that. And here's what you read. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leafs a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay.
Well, I'm the one with -1 to my int, so I repeat that back to everyone else.
And it's signed it's signed Sir Robert of the Frost. It's not a riddle. It's a real life Robert Frost poem.
I was gonna ask the party if anyone thought it sounded like a riddle, but it's just a poem, so it's just flavor and pointless.
Yep.
Okay.
And I picked the language over it.
Pointless.
Oh my god.
Flavor's not pointless.
I mean, it's nice. I like the poem, but I was like starting to analyze, like, oh shit, maybe if we do something special here. So it's good to know that we're not wasting that.
Shora says Shora is like in awe of this. She thinks all this is badass, and she asks you guys. She goes, "If this was the original paradise, is there a Garden of Eden here?"
I highly doubt it. None of that existed anyways.
I don't think that's how it works.
As I'm standing in between heaven and hell, or the earth and hell, in an actual different plane. No, I don't think Garden of Eden exists.
No, that's unrealistic.
Garden of Eden.
I say to her, this isn't the original paradise. I say it was originally a paradise. That's like saying that Donald Trump was the original president. He was originally the president. He's not anymore.
She covers her ears and says, "Don't speak that name here."
We're gonna get muted on YouTube.
Valrog goes, "Whoa! Watch the language. Careful about invoking true names."
Sorry, Don.
Remember when they were impeaching him and they updated the articles instead of being Donald J. Trump to be Donald John Trump? Like, wait, we amend it to use his full true name.
True name.
What's the next equinox? Because I have an idea.
Okay, so you continue walking, and let's see, what hour are we on? 4. So, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 4 in the afternoon. Whatever, 4 in the afternoon. You guys now see. So afternoon. So I have to account for water. You're able to find one. Just so you guys know, Raxlor automatically finds food and water. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got so distracted. This was the whole point. So after you read that poem bullshit, Raxlor is looking around the ruins, checking them out, and is able to find some strangely beautiful grapes that seem to be clinging to a patch of goodness that hasn't been desolated. And there's also a very small little pool of clear water, almost like a teeny tiny oasis, and you guys are able to gather enough food and water to proceed on your travels. There. How's that for flavor?
I say a very humble prayer to Mieliki, thanking her for extending her graces and keeping this small patch alive through the centuries and millennia, just so that we could come here and harvest it and sustain ourselves for a little bit longer. And I give praise to her as I gather the food and bring it back to the party to split up. And I test the water first myself to make sure it doesn't turn me into a dretch. And then I gather some up. And
before we pass these out, with my background of my parents being priests, and me having a +3 or 4 to a religion, do y'all mind if I pray over the food and water first?
As long as we don't have to role play it.
Good food, good meat, good God. Let's eat. All right.
I mean, if you really want to.
I really want to, because I'm making a mockery of it.
That's part of the game. I'm not going to tell you if you can or can't do that. You can just do it. So you do.
Yeah, I just did it.
It's canon. Definitely canon. All right, and you guys are approaching the fort, and you can refer to that other picture now that I sent that has the knuckles, and there's this big fence thing of like rubble stacked up. In fact, I have box text. A fortified compound sits atop a low plateau that rises out of a crater-pocked landscape. At the center of the compound is a hill of rust-colored stone that resembles a hand clawing out of the ground with gaps between the fingers. A jagged wall made of rock, bones, and metal debris surrounds this hand-shaped hill. Other highlights visible from this distance include a gatehouse, atop which stands a half-dozen small figures on watch.
Can we tell what the figures look like from here?
Make a perception check.
I got a 1.
Literally.
Oh my God, again.
That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row.
Oh, I didn't roll. I was just guessing what his roll was going to be.
He was guessing, and it was a 1. A literal 1, second run in a row. Big E sucks at checks. Rolling is so hard.
Rolling is hard.
I knew it was going to be a shitty dice night when we start, like, the first couple rolls of the night were like 4, 3, 7. And I was like, hope that doesn't happen to me. 2 in a row. I'm almost tempted to use it's just to see what they are. They're in the distance. Someone else can do it, but I'm always tempted to use my inspiration that I've been hoarding for like 6 months just to re-roll this one.
I know. I need to give you guys more inspiration.
Well, I mean, you can't give me more. I only have 1, so.
I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
I look and I squint and the dust is in my eyes and my eyes are watering and I'm like, oh, I can't. I rub my eyes. I'm like, we've been up so long and this air is just killer in my eyes. Can any of you tell what those figures are? This looks like the fort, and I'm hoping they're the Kenku that we were looking for. But if they're not the Kenku, we probably don't want to march right up to the fort and they might attack us. Can anyone else see what those creatures are up there?
Yeah, I'll squint my eyes and take a look.
Perception check. Perception.
14.
14. Okay. You're not that far, so you get a pretty good look at them. They're small. They almost look like gnomes. They have large red caps, very large red caps. They're wearing giant iron boots that look very large for their bodies. Some of them are carrying sickles, and most of them have raggedy white hair on their faces. You can make a nature or arcana check to try to identify them.
Okay.
Also, Jake already knows what they are.
They have big red caps, so I can guess.
I'm gonna roll nature.
Okay.
17.
Especially given your Fey background, you know that these are red caps. They are creatures.
Isn't that such
of
a
the
creative
Feywild.
name? Isn't that such a creative name? They got giant red caps in their description, and they're called red caps.
Just like about 50% of everything we have today has been named the same way.
Fort Knucklebone. It looks like Knucklebones. Which I actually, as you were saying that, I was looking at the picture and listening, and I went, "Wait, it does look like a hand."
And you can also see that there's a gatehouse that looks like an entrance that's pretty much, straight on from where you are. And there are 6 of these dudes standing guard atop this gatehouse.
So, red caps are bad, but they're not devils, and they're not demons. So, it might not hurt to go say hi, but it could also very much hurt to go say hi. But we need to get in here, and I don't see another way around this giant ring of spiked metal spike. And even if we do, and they see us sneaking in their compound without talking to them first, then they're definitely going to be angry at us. So I think we should go up, be very graceful, and approach and not look like we're trying to assault them, and introduce ourselves, and ask if we can pass by. No, ask if this is their fort. We don't want to just assume. We're not like, hey, we need to get past you. We're like, hey, is this your guys' fort, or what's going on? What's going on here? We're just wandering the wasteland and we came across this place. Do you mind if we share your shelter? I think that's what we should do. I'm not saying we do that. What do you guys think?
I think that's a good idea.
Good idea.
DM question. If we do that, is that going to be a thing that will take a long time?
Oh.
Whether it's combat or whether it's an interaction. I don't want to, if this is the thing that's going to start a big long thing, I don't want to, this is a good point to stop, where we're like approaching the thing and trying to decide what to do. I'll gladly continue, but
you can definitely continue.
Okay.
If I say roll initiative, then we'll stop for a cliffhanger. But you could proceed.
Yeah.
If you
so as long as we don't piss them off.
No, if you want to wrap up in the next 15 minutes, you are still good to proceed as long as no battles are aggroed. Or
which that could always happen.
Unless or until.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could happen.
And if that's going to happen, yeah, we're not going to if we started a combat 20 minutes ago, it might be dragging on too long and that would kind of suck. So,
yeah.
Okay, well, let's approach. I'm not disguising myself because they might be able to see through it. And also, I'm a fey creature. They might like me. So I'll lead. And I would like to have Zoe next to me, and she can be the mouth. And I'm just going to be there for moral support. And I ask Zoe to say in so many words, basically, don't assume that we're going to get past. Don't be like, we need to get past or anything like that. Don't make them feel like we're trying to be aggressive. Just inquire about this place that they have here. Say we happened upon it and we're just checking it out. And it looks like this place that we're trying to get to. Is this your place? Did you build it? Are you protecting it? Are you fortified here? We don't want to intrude. That's basically, because I have the wisdom to write the speech. I'm the speech writer. I have the wisdom to write the speech, but not the charisma to actually say it. So I ask you to say these things and get these things across. And then when you're okay with that and you're ready, then I walk up behind you with you as the mouthpiece.
Okay. I would like to say that to them, basically. Hey there. Just passing through. I was wondering if this was y'all's fort.
One of
Pretty
them.
nice.
Okay, so you're standing at the gatehouse, and it looks like the wall here, the barrier, is about 20 feet tall, and there's a couple of them right there looking down at you, and they look at each other smiling, and one of them nudges the other one with his elbow and looks down at you and goes, "Ha! Hey, welcome to the fort. Welcome to Fort Nickelbone. How did you get here, strange looking one?"
Yeah, we got here because, we were pretty much we're having fun. We're exploring. We want
Exploring
to
Avernus.
take a look.
Yes, it's good times here. Explore, yes.
Well, we are interested in old forts and things like that, and yours caught our attention. So, hey, some people vacation, at a beach. Some people vacation in Avernus.
Oh, yes, but no one can be entering Fort Knucklebone without knowing the password, so please speak it, and of course we'll let you in. and the other one is like slapping his knees, but still holding his dangerous weapon.
If I roll a nat 20, can I just guess the password correctly?
You can roll an intelligence check and guess the password, yes.
Let me take a guess here. I got a 13.
Okay. With a 13, based on your knowledge of the Fae and Redcaps and what you've learned about Avernus and Hell, you put it together and you guess a word that you think is pretty clever. And the Redcaps they burst out laughing. Oh, wrong. You can't guess the password. Silly half-elf. But then the other one says, "Oh, but there's another way into the fort besides the password. Just a simple gift will allow you to enter. You just need to bring us the sword of Zariel."
That was me joining and laughing too.
All six of them
they're
are cracking
laughing
up at that one.
While they're laughing, I don't want to do deception. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. It's worth it. I got 2 1s. I'm gonna roll a natural 20. Before I pipe up from the back, and they might not care. Maybe I don't have to roll deception if they don't care about what I'm saying. I pipe up and I say, "Oh, the sword of Zariel. I already brought it. It's inside the fort. It's under the hill."
One of them looks at you and squints.
That's not really deception.
Oh yeah. Roll a deception check.
It's not deception. I'm telling them. I did say I brought the sword here. What if I say the sword? Oh, it's in the fort. It's underneath the hill. It's not deception?
Okay. So
as far as I know, I'm being honest.
The guy squints at you, and he goes, "Oi, if you wanting to get in the fort, and you don't have the sword of Zariel," and the other ones are giggling, "and you don't know the password, there is another way into the fort, but I don't know if you have the stomach for it."
I probably have the stomach for it. I have the stomach for a lot of things that would surprise you.
"Then you must hop on one leg."
Go on.
Do it. Hop on the leg.
I would like to hop on one leg.
I step back from Zoe before she starts hopping.
So you're hopping on one leg?
Yep.
I cast guidance on Zoe before I step back.
Okay, so you cast guidance on Zoe. Zoe begins hopping on one leg, and they're just looking at you. And then one of them, a different one, says, "Wait, and put sand in your pockets. Fill them up with the sand from the ground. You," and he points at Raxlar. "Put the sand in your pockets. Fill them up."
He does it. I'm sure they're just fucking with us, but
also, my character is a girl. Since when have you ever known any girl's outfits to include pockets?
They said it to Raxlar.
Raxlar.
Oh.
And then
he does it. He shrugs and does it.
And another one looks at, so you're filling your pockets with sand. Then another one looks at Scree and says, "You over there, don't be lazy. Give him a
Quack.
slap. The
Quack.
big one. You, the little one. Little one, you slap the big one." And he points at Raxor. "Just give him a slap in the face. Go on. Do the slap and we'll let you in."
Raxor
I
turns
give
around
him-
and holds up his face.
I give him a slap that's kind of like half-assed.
I said, "That's not a slap. Do it like you mean it."
Now
Fine.
this is a slap.
And you have
I
to
give
make
him an over-dramatic slap on the face.
My
make an
face
attack, make an
physically
attack roll.
turns to the side.
Okay.
With advantage because he's holding still and letting you.
Oh my god.
And I'm not using my shield.
This is an unarmed attack, so you have to do your roll minus +1. Proficient in unarmed.
18.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you slap a Raxlor in the face and he takes 1 point of damage. You actually connect a little harder than you meant to. So, as Zoe is hopping and sand is bulging out of Raxlor's pockets as he's rubbing his
He filled him
sore
good.
face. Huh?
He filled him good with sand too, not just like some little like a handful. He like packed him full.
Yeah, there's like just sand pouring out, and not just like pants pockets, like every pocket on your outfit, just full of sand. So, a 7th red cap walks up and says, "Oi, you know we ain't got no password, just let him in the door." And then they all just burst into tears, and like half of them are like rolling on the ground, just cracking up, just laughing and laughing. And
Oh my
this
god.
and a 20-foot long barge of trash that acts as a gate is rolled to one side, and the fort opens to your party.
I
Yeah, they
lead
were
the party
totally
in without
fucking with you.
hesitation. Oh, I knew they were. I just wasn't sure where it was going.
Obviously.
So it's like one of those like British sketch shows where it's like, now do this, now do this. Oh, that exactly. So I don't know if you wrote that or not, but
I did
Raxor's
not.
rubbing his face.
Well, I did because I wrote everything, but it is they fuck with you and they ask for a password, and then the book says after a few moments, a different red cap says we don't have the password. All the red caps fall over in peals of mirth. But I just took other details and expanded it a little bit. But yeah, they fuck with you. I added the bring us the sword of Zariel. I think that's hilarious. You're like, we don't know the password. You try to guess, and it's like, okay, just bring us the sword of Zariel. That's our quest. Why would we have that? We wouldn't need to come here.
I love how the book is like, the joke is, we told them there's a password, and then 10 seconds later we told them there's not. That's the joke, and they think that's so hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's like
rubbing
a
my
McGee
face.
joke. It's like when we joke with McGee. I don't see why that's funny. That's why it's funny. Because look how annoyed you are. It's hilarious.
Rubbing his face, and there's like bits of sand stuck to his fur and stuff, and he says, "I'm keeping the sand," and he does too. Pocket sand.
Okay,
Bonus action.
Make sure you write down pocket sand.
I'm writing it down. Okay. And I lead the party in past the gates, and I say, "That was easy."
Oh, and the thing they say to you as you're like right before you walk in is, one of them says, "Quit standing around like idiots and come inside." And when you enter, they close the gate behind you, and Raxlor, Shora, Lulu, Scree, and Zoe enter Fort Knucklebone. And the area enclosed by the rampart is box text. The area enclosed by the rampart is littered with trash and mechanical parts, some put together in a way that resembles a vehicle. Ramshackle structures built from the same junk as the outer wall provide shelter. A platoon of small fey creatures mills about, all looking like feral gnomes. Several of them sport tall red caps, some of which drip with vile ichor. They look different, by the way, as in different creature stat blocks. A pair of kinku examine one of the strange vehicles, chattering to each other in high-pitched squawks. These kinku carry an assortment of strange tools. When they see you, they turn and stare in wonder.
I nudge Scree. I'm like, these are the dudes.
Oh my god! My kind.
You remember the Kenku that we were looking for, right? The ones that were Lulu's friends.
Yes.
Yeah. But these might not be the exact guys we were looking for, but they might know the guys we were looking for from hundreds of years ago.
So right now you're just standing there looking at him. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna go up. I'm a bit nervous, clearly, but these are my people. Kenku.
Squawk.
All right. I try to get their attention and talk to them. Hello, hello.
Okay,
Squawk.
As you approach them, they're just staring at you in wonder, and especially noticing Lulu that's with you. And one of the Kenku, okay, box text cliffhanger. One of the Kenku waves in your direction as if telling you to remain where you are. He says, "What a deal." And then he says, "Patience is a virtue." And then he says, "Can't keep the boss waiting." Like 3 different separate voices that it's heard throughout its life. And he runs off. Yeah, that's how Kenku speak. And he runs off into one of the trash structures. Moments later, he returns, leading a tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift covered in mud, blood, mold, and worse.
Is that Yale?
I have an image after I finish reading the text, and I will send it to the stream. I mean, to you. I'm putting it on the stream right now. That's who it is. And I'll send it to you as soon as I finish reading. A tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift covered in mud, blood, mold, and worse. The hag's eyes seem to move independently of each other as she approaches, her straggly brown hair hanging in front of them. Resting on each shoulder are red-eyed ravens that scrutinize your group. Behind her, a hulking creature built of disparate fiendish parts trudges, moaning and hopping as it walks. Then both of the hag's eyes focus keenly on your group, and Lulu specifically. "My goodness," the hag croaks, spittle dribbling from her mouth. "Where did you find such a treasure?" Cliffhanger.
And it's a BMP,
that
so
was so
download it and
cool.
open it ourselves.
Oh, Christ. Hold on. Let me open it. Oh, yeah, she says it. No, I'm kidding. Open it with Paint. Stupid format. Save as. And I actually took this picture myself out of the book, so that's why it's a different format.
Oh.
Okay.
Mad Maggie.
It still says bitmap. Oh, I must have... refresh it? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And that's what you see. And that's the cliffhanger. And that's who you get to begin the next session with the conversation of.
Wow.
Combat station?
Nah, it's up to you.
No. That thing looks too nice to fight.
Neither of them are acting hostile towards you.
So, to recap, the Kenku, which years and years and years ago were basically, they saved Lulu and maybe Lulu escaped from them. Maybe they captured her and then she escaped from them, but they didn't kill her. And now they see Lulu, got wide-eyed, thought oh my gosh, we really want this thing, told their boss, and their boss is delighted to see her. So it could go either way. It could be that she thinks Lulu's hers, that she wants Lulu for some reason, or it could be she's a friend and she's going to give us a vehicle. Either one of those.
Ooh.
Could be
So, yeah,
column
next
A,
time
could
and-
be column B. Until next time.
So, as a cliffhanger, I would like to ask real quick. Next week, I'm not going to be here. The following week, the 14th, would be the next day. Would you guys and or Nick specifically like to play this game again instead of mine? Because I'm going to be having just got back from vacation.
Yeah, you won't have had time to prepare.
Not really. I mean, I can, and I will be. I'll have a couple of days, but I think it'd be better to continue with this one since this is.
That's fine with
yeah.
me.
That was the
Sweet.
original idea. Is I get back, we play this one, but we got delayed a week, so we got off
Sorry.
cycle. No, that's fine.
Last week was a bad week.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, tonight was a lot better. I think it would have gone horrible if we played anyway. So I think if it's okay with you guys, and if Nick's prepared, when I get back, we can plan on continuing this one so it's fresh in our minds. And then for mine, I know where we're at, and we're kind of at a pause there anyway.
Yeah, it works for me. You guys, I'm definitely prepared, and that's saying something because this is a whole new area. So, that's actually what that's why I'm like, I wonder how far you're gonna get, because I'm like, okay, pretty much all the way up to the entrance, I'm good. But just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead. So I've got the whole fort prepared, tons of locations. I mean, you're not gonna be here forever like with El Terrell, but it's it's a fort. It's a fort like in Oregon Trail. So as long as you don't piss off the owners of the place, which maybe that's unavoidable. Maybe she's just gonna be like, and now give us Lulu or we eat you. But yeah, based on what you know, this is the safest sort of a situation you could expect. But given that this is, you want to make a check to see what kind of creatures these are?
Which creatures? The ones we're talking to?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I know she's kind of a hag because you described it, but 7 for one of them. We roll for both?
Sure.
7 for the hag and 13 for the monstrosity.
Okay, so 13 for the monster.
My skills are all the same, so whichever one you decide, it's the same result.
Okay, so
But yeah, 13 for the monster.
Okay, so you can't tell anything about the hag, but for the monster, it seems like this is some sort of a construct. Not a devil, not a demon. Anyone else want to roll?
Like
You could roll a nature check. You could roll an arcana check.
Me.
Go for it. Pick one and roll for. Pick them and roll for the. Just whatever you have the highest bonus in. You can roll for the hag and roll for the creature. You can do both.
Both. 15.
For which one?
A creature.
Okay, so 15, you can tell, you don't know any details about it, but this is a flesh golem. Fleshy. Yeah, you want to roll for the creature? I mean, the lady?
Yes.
All right, roll Arcana.
Oops. I accidentally rolled nature. 8 for Arcana.
Nope. Zach, you want to give it an Arcana roll at the hag and see if you can figure out what kind of hag she is?
Natural 20, and that means I had a 19.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because of -1. You can tell, you know exactly what this is. She is a night hag.
No.
Well, that clarifies the fuck out of everything. Hey guys, it's not just a hag; it's a night hag.
Well, you're about to learn a lot more about night hags and Curse of Strahd.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that out because you were talking about a Heartstone, and then I was studying night hags for Mad Maggie. Her name is Mad Maggie. How bad can she be, right? And the golem's name is Mickey. That sounds pretty friendly to me.
Yeah, Mickey. Mickey. That's what got me.
So I'm studying Mad Maggie and Night Hags, and I read about how only they have heartstones, and I'm pretty sure you said something about a heartstone, and I'm like, oh shit, they're Night Hags, because those are like the strongest of the hags. So these aren't just like the green forest hags or something like the. Yeah, Night Hags are serious business. If she's the if she's the boss of the fort, you know that it's a pretty serious creature. Oh, by the way, the flesh golem, I'm wrong. It's a fiendish flesh golem. It is a construct, but it's not a normal flesh golem. It's a fiendish one, totally different stat block. And with a 15, you know that they're challenge level 8, and that they've got like a couple hundred hit points. They've also got immunities, so they're serious business.
I'm not going to be fighting these things anytime soon.
Joy.
A fiendish flesh golem is a particularly big flesh golem made of stitched together body parts from devils, demons, Yugoloths, and other fiends. As these parts can come from different creatures and be combined in different ways, no two fiendish flesh golems look exactly alike. Night hags guard the secret to making such golems, rarely sharing it with anyone else. Some of them have wings, however, the magic used to create these golems allows them to fly and hover even without wings. What? Oh my god, it has a flying speed. Yeah, don't piss off Mickey.
Hey, you guys want to hear the hot dog song again?
I've got spine
Yes,
devils
we
coming
would
out of my asshole. So, okay, that's the end of the stream, so that's where we leave it. So you guys arrived in Fort Knucklebone, and now you get to negotiate and deal with the leader of the fort, Mad Maggie the Night Hag, and her fiendish flesh golem, Mickey. And
Yep.
there's a lot of awesome content, and also there's a lot of unspecified dialogue. So I'm going to have to really read into her backstory so that I can do a good job of role-playing her. But,
Alrighty.
yeah, it's about to be fun, and I've got all kinds of concept art that I'm about to be sharing with you guys. So, okay, well, thanks, everyone. Jake, have a good flight tomorrow, and have a fun trip. And yeah, I think that's awesome if we get to do my thing again when you come back. Because yeah, I'm totally prepared. You guys are on a roll. You just got somewhere cool. So now you get to do all kinds of fun things in the fort. And next time we play, and also, you know, assumingly get some sort of orientation in this place and figure out the next place you're gonna go. So really excited, and I look forward to it. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.